Dennis, you had the typical lack of a great hip rotation and the bat head dropping with the hands pulling up to the ball. Once your hands pull up to the ball, the bat head drops and you get kind of a golfing upper snap at it. And you could get more hip power. You kind of short step it there, and again the bat comes way, way up, very dramatic. You initially, for being a strong guy, couldn't hit it over 265 fence in your league, and your averages here are in the 50s and in the 60s, which is be something more for you being in your mid 40s, something I expect more for guys in their 60s. So we had a lot of work to do on getting more hip rotation into it and getting a level snap and getting a good pull snap into the ball in a much more level plane. So first thing we did is we worked on pulling the hands back and getting a good connection. Even if you just grab a piece of pipe or tubing, you can work on this. As you stride and counter rotate, the hands come back, you get in a position where you're ready to swing. Now here we have the punch. We use the fist on the hip to punch up in the air, get more rotation, a better body angle, a better launch angle, and then going to the bat on the hip drill. The politician's drill I really like, because it really, if you have a tendency to sit on that back foot like you did, it pushes your butt around and really helps you out. Working with the Frisbee, we threw it at a down angle, and working with the swing simulator as a slide tube, we stabbed at a down angle. And then working with the bungee bat, you see you're getting a nice lag and a nice angle down. A little bit of a lunge with the upper body forward, something we had to work on. Now we moved the ball on the rope up a little bit, and you still have a hand path that's up a little bit, but when we moved it down to a thigh-high level, you can still watch your hands come up a little bit. It's a persistent flaw, but your strike point was a lot better, and your rotation and body and your launch angle were better. So we started working down at the knees, and this is a hard pitch to hit. Your hands come up just a tiny little bit. It's a problem you didn't quite solve all the way, but the tremendous improvement you made more than made up for the fact that it wasn't perfect. Your hand path is going down towards the ball here, and you're no longer rapidly lifting it up. Using a one-arm throw of the bat, lead arm throw, which guides and powers, you can see that your lost that tendency of that desire to lift up. Using a pipe, again, going at a lower angle, hands go down the ball, your hips pull the connected arm, and you snap it all the way around. We did a little bit of a training, overtraining with the 15-pound medicine ball to get the feeling of the hips working, and then the lead arm drill off the tee, just trying to get that hand path down to the ball so the snap would happen. If you take a good stride, have a good rotation, look at how nice and level that is. Your hand path and your snap are going to follow. It'd be too fast to analyze. Just absolutely amazing difference. When outside, that's where you really increase the power. You hit 5 balls out, you reached up to 80 miles per hour, but still you had a tendency to come up a little bit as I show you here. You never quite fixed that all the way, so that's going to be a nagging problem. You need to have a level cutting swing. And you still want to come up a little bit, but the massive amount of improvement you made on hip rotation gave you the extra speed. See that knob come up? Now you kind of flatten it out and your snap saves it. So you learn to keep that on a more straight line like you see Andrew Collins doing it here. Even when you go down to the rope, that's up a little bit, so it's something we need to continue to work on like Branch, but definitely you did a tremendous job of improving.
Oh, nice. Look at that. Look at that. Woo! Couldn't tell the back camera.
Home run.
Look at that. That's just a great hit. Nice. What's the difference?
Hips.
The angle of your hips are throwing the bat head?
Yeah.
That's a piece. Look at that, man. That's out. Tell the back camera again. That's 2 in a row.
2 in a row. Hips. Lead the bat instead of kind of clunky altogether. With my take my stride and I follow through at the bat, lead it through the zone.
The hips are throwing, tell the camera, the hips are throwing the bat head.
Hips are throwing my bat head instead of my arms throwing the bat head.
Look at that. Hard hit line drive.
Absolutely a remarkable job, Dennis. You're not a very big guy. What's the farthest you ever hit a ball coming into camp?
I've probably flown to the warning track at my field, which is about 265.
265, this is 300 feet. The last ball you hit was 350 out, you know, it was way over. And you hit 5 out with no wind here today. It's a humid, warm conditions. Absolutely amazing. What do you think the biggest keys were for you?
It's all on the hips leading the bat instead of trying to kill it with my arms.
We did the drills where we threw the bat with the hips. We did the drills, I said, just focus on reach and rotate, turning the hips and that. And you'll feel the hands come very last. Yeah, then the medicine ball we did. As you throw it, you'll feel your hands come out right at the last second, and it whips through good. The only thing I see on you sometimes is if the hips don't throw fast enough, sometimes the bat's here. So we talk about driving the ball or trying to cut through the ball. Is that a good focus for your hips, trying to direct that bat head through the ball and the driver cut it?
Absolutely. That's what hit home for me. That's what's creating the muscle memory.
Yeah. What are the other drills? The ball on the rope at a down angle.
The ball on the rope, down angle.
You wanted to go up, 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 the ball on the rope, even though it's at a down angle, that's going to promote a level swing in the end, right?
That's where it started clicking for me yesterday, is when you reversed me. Instead of hitting upward angle, I had a tendency to do my old habits and had a loopy uppercut swing. When you reversed me, it got me really focused on pointing that. And I can tell on my follow through if I'm wrong, I'm up here, and if I'm right, I'm down here.
Yeah, that's a great point, because you get the one arm finish. When you throw the extension, the bat flies out, and if this wrist turns and guides, it should end up down.